Welcome to the Savage Executive Podcast, where we lead with clarity, build with strategy, and multiply what matters. I'm your host, Steve Smith, and today we're unlocking the power of clarity. This is episode 4, the Executive Dashboard. Listen, before we jump right in today, just a quick word. Thank you for all of you that have been sharing feedback on the first several episodes. It's been great to get to know some of you and to understand that this is resonating with you. And I'm so thankful that you're along for the journey. And I hope that this continues to be a part of your regular rhythm as you continue to lead like it matters. So let's kick things off with today's Savage moment. If you don't measure what matters, you'll drift toward what doesn't. Let me say that again. If you don't measure what matters, you'll drift toward what doesn't. Think about that. Most leaders aren't failing because they're not working hard. They're failing because they're flying blind. They're busy, but directionless. Motivated, but misaligned. If you're not tracking the right indicators, you might be moving fast, but not necessarily forward. Today, we're going to talk about what I call the executive dashboard, a simple, focused set of metrics and rhythms that give you visibility into the health, direction, and impact of your leadership. Because listen, what gets measured gets managed. But even more than that, what gets measured gets multiplied. Let me give you a personal story. Years ago, I was leading during a season of high growth. Our organization was expanding, our team was evolving, and my calendar was maxed. But here's what I realized. I was making decisions based on instinct more than insight. I didn't have a clear sense of what the numbers and statistics were telling me. How many clients were staying engaged? How many new opportunities were being generated? What was our actual financial health? Not just our bank balance, but our trends. And then it hit me. If I didn't know my numbers, I was guessing, not leading. So we sat down and built what I would call an executive dashboard. Not a complicated spreadsheet, just a clean snapshot of 5 to 7 key metrics that matter most. When I started reviewing those numbers on a weekly basis, everything changed. I spotted early warning signs faster. I recognized momentum trends that I would have missed. And I began leading from insight, not just instinct. Here's what I want to talk you through today. How to build your own executive dashboard. Whether you lead a business, a sales team, a nonprofit, or a growing ministry like I do, this applies to you. So here are some steps to building an executive dashboard. Step 1, identify what actually matters. We don't need to measure everything. That's just noise. Measure what moves the mission or drives the model. Sometimes we have certain measurements that are lead measures that will drive the lag measures that ultimately we're wanting with our goals and our vision. Make sure you're tracking those lead measures on a consistent basis. Here's what you can do. Ask what 3 to 5 metrics most directly impact our growth, health, and sustainability right now. What leading indicators, not just lagging results, tell me if we are on track? Here's some examples. Weekly revenue or sales performance. New client inquiries or prospect activity. Customer retention. We lead a large Christian school. And in that, we want to make sure we know how many of our students are staying consistently from year to year. And even more than that, our teachers as well, so that we can ensure that we're developing the culture that will be engaging for our staff and our students. Here's another example. Conversion rates for key offers or marketing campaigns. Team engagement or productivity metrics, website traffic or lead magnet tools. In our ministry context, giving trends, guest follow-up, and volunteer onboarding pace are some of the key metrics that we look at on a consistent basis. Here's a tip. Leading indicators are like early warning radar systems. They give you time to adjust before impact. Waiting for the end of a month report is often too late. If it's mission critical, it belongs on the dashboard. So number one, identify what actually matters, and then begin reviewing weekly, not just monthly or quarterly. Most leaders wait until something's broken before checking the gauges. But great leaders don't react, they respond. Imagine running a company or even a department without ever checking your KPIs, or running a ministry and never checking who's sticking around. Either way, that's leading on autopilot, and autopilot doesn't innovate. Your dashboard should become a weekly rhythm, not a spreadsheet you ignore, a rhythm you rely on. Set a recurring 30-minute time block where you review your dashboard. What's going up, what's going down, what's flat, and what needs attention this week. Sometimes things will be going down, but there's an understanding of why they're going down. But this rhythm will help you to be aware and help drive action. Number 3, pair numbers with narrative. Data doesn't lead people, you do. And data without meaning is just math. Use your dashboard to ask better questions. Why is this number shifting? What story is this telling? Then lead your team through interpretation, not just information. Here's something I remind our leaders often. Numbers give you knowledge, and knowledge gives you power to lead with precision. Don't stop at information, dig into transformation. If revenue slows for 3 weeks straight, don't just note the dip. Ask what's happening in that time frame. Was there a change in campaign messaging? Is this a slow sales cycle? Did a top performer shift focus? Numbers are conversation starters. They point you to real issues. Number 4, make it visual, not complicated. You don't need a 20-tab spreadsheet or a $500 a month dashboard tool. Simplicity wins. Use a Google Sheet or a Notion board or even a whiteboard. Create a visual layout where you can see all your metrics at a glance. Think of it like a pilot's instrument panel. It's clean, it's focused, and it only shows what's essential for the flight. Here's a savage insight. The more complex your tracking system is, the less likely you are to use it consistently. Keep it simple so it stays sustainable. Lastly, step 5, share selectively and lead transparently. Not every number is for everyone, but some numbers should be seen by your team. When people see how their work connects to the mission or to the model, they lead with more ownership. Consider sharing 1 or 2 dashboard metrics with your team in your weekly huddle or a team email. It builds trust, it creates accountability, and it pulls your team into shared ownership of outcomes. Your dashboard isn't just a tool, it's a leadership discipline. It's not about control, it's about clarity. And clarity is a gift you give to yourself and to your team. So let's get practical. Your challenge this week is to identify 3 to 5 metrics you should be tracking weekly. Then create a simple dashboard, even if it's just a Google Sheet or a Notion page. Then schedule a weekly 30-minute block to review it and use this to lead. Share one of those numbers with your team and talk about what it means. As we close, here's your savage takeaway. Don't just lead with passion, lead with precision. Your dashboard isn't a report card, it's your runway. Your numbers won't replace your vision, but they will amplify it. If you found this episode helpful, I encourage you to share it with someone you know who's leading without a dashboard and help them stop guessing and start guiding. And as always, stay sharp, lead boldly, and keep building what matters. And I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.